Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another episode of yours truly, GoCarter. Go, Carter, roll call. I wish I could do a sound effect of like a car starting up. I don't know, like beam boom. That was really bad. On today's episode, I'm bringing in one of my friends that I have known for about a year now, and her name is Bailey, and her last name is Spinn. I want to come up with a fun description for you. Vampire of a friend, Bailey Spinn, where we will talk about our relationship and how we've become such good friends. Maybe even more than friends. Who knows? We'll find out on today's episode. Go Carter, go Carter, yeah. Go Carter, go Carter. Relationships.
What am I supposed to say back to that? Relationships what? Where's the rest of that sentence?
Our relationship.
Yes, we have one.
We have a juicy relationship.
I feel like juicy is the wrong descriptive word.
Okay. What about a historic relationship?
Historic. Okay, we can go with that.
It's kind of like, I feel like we're kind of like a national landmark.
How are we a national landmark?
Through thick and thin,
Please.
We have stuck with each other. I feel like
true.
There's been a lot that's gone down.
There's been a lot of thin.
Okay, way to go ahead and shame me.
I'm kidding, not you.
And you know what we've never done? We have never publicly talked about how we met and how we became who we are today.
I feel like the beginning, it was like slow. And then suddenly out of nowhere, it went to 300%.
I can agree 110%.
It's like we were barely friends and then we were close.
When I met you originally, I was not supposed to be friends with you.
Something spoken that should not have been spoken. Because
No.
I am a very lovely lady.
You are. And
Carter did not know that I was a lovely lady, so he had an opinion about me before we met. But then he met me and he was like, wait, she's kind of fun. I kind of like her.
I would also like to add the opinion I never really took to heart. I make my own opinions.
There's the juicy part.
Yeah. I saw her. I knew her name. I knew what she did. I walked up to her and I was like, hey, love your outfit so much.
It was just literally I had been watching his videos for a while. I had watched all of his Duncan like sleepover videos and I actually was a fan of him. Like all of his roommates, I did not know who they were when I walked in there. I only knew the people like I was friends with and that I had been following. And then I saw him and I was just like, Carter.
Oh my gosh.
Like, oh my gosh. I didn't know what to do. It was like it's awkward when you're a TikToker and then you're also a fan of someone else. I was like, I have to be his friend. And that's where I was day one. I was like, I'm going to be his friend.
Oh my gosh, stop. You're going to make me blush. Now, I'm not going to lie. I did not know who you were. Mm-hmm. But that's okay because I now do.
Not a POV fan.
Well, I think POVs are very niche.
They are.
I've definitely grown to like them since meeting you.
Yes.
But before meeting you, I really didn't know anything about them. Anyways, so we met at this party and we talked and we It
was like a kickback.
Yeah, it was a little chill kickback in our wonderful apartment, which you will definitely be hearing more about later in this episode. We didn't exactly bond right away. It wasn't like a plus and minus sign, opposite magnets attracting each other. But then I want to say we hung out with a mutual friend or something. I'm not quite sure how we became so close. I
was blanking too. Like I was really trying to think about it because you told me the topic. I don't know how it escalated to the point that it did. I just remember you I don't know, we did something. Oh my gosh, we made TikToks together. I was hanging out with just you in your apartment and we made TikTok videos. And then we also got matching Christmas pajamas and danced. That was very early on.
Oh, I forgot about this.
I know. That was one of the first times we hung out. I think it was literally that. I think you were I just think you asked me to hang out because you were bored and I lived there. And then we did those videos where you were like, ha! Do you not remember that? Because now I just look dumb. It was
video where I just go, huh?
It's I don't need drugs because I'm already. And we did that twice.
Yes.
And it was us screaming.
And was this around the time that you started doing my makeup for TikToks as well? Or was that later
No,
on?
that was when I had purple hair. That's further on. My hair color is how I keep timelines straight.
Okay, wait. So this was when we had blonde Bailey original.
Yes. Still a blonde Bailey.
Okay. And then Bailey decided to dye her hair purple in which month?
I think it was December. Yeah, it was.
Oh, was this around when you got your cat?
It's when I had COVID. Not when I got the cat. It was when the other cat.
We'll
leave it there.
Yeah. We had a loss. We experienced
We
a
did.
minor loss with it.
Carter, oh my God, wait, this is important.
What?
Carter, the reason we got so close so fast, literally, I remember I called him. I had to put down my cat. That's why I didn't say it. It was like kind of sad. I loved her so much. I had to go to like the cat urgent care at 3 a.m. because I was super worried about her and didn't want anything to be wrong with her. And they told me she had to be put down literally the middle of the night. I called Carter. He picked up at literally like 3:30 in the morning. I'm sobbing. And he's the only one. He's like comforting me. He's like, it's okay. Like, because I called him and I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, my poor cat. And then I called him again when I had to say she's going to be put down. And then he was like, love you, queen. I'm so sorry.
I tried to be as supportive as I could, but to be fair,
It's like,
I was
what are you supposed to say?
Especially at 3 a.m. I mean, I'm a sleep deprived individual that has trouble falling asleep. So I remember I saw the phone call. I woke up and I was just like half asleep, being like,
Hello.
oh, it's okay, Bailey. Just take a deep breath. Think about the sunshine. I don't know.
The sunshine. The sunshine in the middle of the night. No, that was rough.
Yeah. Did we get shipped or were we shipped?
Are
Wait.
those not the same?
Hold on, I did not even.
We did get
That
shipped.
came out wrong. How did that even come about?
Girl, the video, when we started making spam videos together.
Mm-hmm.
I like how we quoted that like anybody knows what we were talking about. We started making spam videos together. It
We
was, like,
bonded over
love.
the loss of a loved one.
Yes.
Can I say that? I feel like that's
Yes.
what happened. And through that loss, we kind of just like stuck together. Like the Wizard of Oz, you know, you're Dorothy and I'm the Tin Man. And there's no other characters. It's just us two.
Yeah.
And like we followed the yellow brick road and the spam videos are a showcase of that.
I love all your metaphors.
This was definitely the era where I was getting my comment section flooded asking, oh my gosh, are you dating Bailey? Should we have a ship name? Barter or Kaylee?
We really made it look like we were. Like, we really did. It was not subtle at all. It was like every day, too. We were just like,
Well, I think,
love you.
I don't know. I think personally speaking, though, there was a part of me that was like confused in this moment of time.
Yes.
I think it lasted, up until like beginning of this year, 2022, is when we like sat down and had the talk.
Yeah. We went to go eat Mexican food, and I was so mad.
It's always the Mexican food.
You brought me to that one place. He loves queso.
Just in
Obsessed with cheese.
So good. I remember you were so mad. I'm pretty sure we sat down. I ordered us a bowl of queso, and we left before we finished the queso. So that's how that went. And it wasn't the best convo, but it needed to happen and take place.
It did.
I forgot about this entire thing.
I remember.
Is there any like
I have
unspoken
many
tension from
moments.
this moment?
No.
Okay. Good.
No, there's not.
Okay, good.
That was like not your fault either. You were just up in the air.
Yeah.
Just floating. Like not really sure.
I also think one of the hardest parts for me personally is I let other people's opinions sometimes influence my actions. And in this case, I let things get to me, for sure. If that didn't happen, I don't think we would have had the experiences we had at Coachella, per se. Both of our friend groups completely just disappeared, and we were stuck alone in Coachella and had to just navigate by ourselves to each other.
Yeah. No, I think we should touch on that. That's how like we're like twin flames. That was so coincidental because we both were on separate Coachella trips. We did not go together, but we both were at the festival. I was with a makeup brand and he was just with his friends.
Yep.
And I literally got abandoned by the people that I went to Coachella with. I watched Megan Thee Stallion by myself in the front because everybody had something else they wanted to do. And I was like, I mean, I can't walk around this festival by myself. It was fine for Megan. I made friends with the dude next to me. So I called Carter and I was like, help. Like, are you guys somewhere? And he was like, no, I'm literally by myself in the VIP section.
No, when she called me, I was genuinely eating sushi by myself, sitting down on this like itchy grass. I remember my legs were really itchy that day. Yeah, you came over and then we just hung out and we got to experience the entirety of the Billie Eilish set, just the two of us.
That was so cute. Oh, we were he made a vlog out of it and that was the funniest vlog clip. I rewatched that. I want to go back. It was hilarious.
But anyways, yeah, I think ever since those moments, we've really just, we've always been there for each other. Whenever one of us gets lonely, we just call up the other person and we're like, yo, Shawty needs company. What you doing? We also went to Vidcon this year, the two of us.
We did.
Which...
How did I even get to Vidcon? I was thinking about that the other day. Why did I go?
You don't remember? Oh my gosh.
No.
I was going with my management and it was like planned, I think, a month and a half in advance. And I want to say the week leading up to it, it was just going to be me. And I told you, I was like, yo, Bailey, I'm going to VidCon. I really think it's something you would want to go to. And you were a little unsure of it at the time. Fast forward a week, I get to VidCon. I'm there the first day. It's an absolute blast. I mean, I met so many people. It was crazy. And then I call Bailey up and I'm talking to her about how much fun it is. And that night she bought a ticket. And instead of her driving down to meet me at the hotel, I went back. I went back at like 12 a.m. to pick her up.
All the way home.
Because I was just like, Bailey, you don't need to drive. It's okay. I can come get you and we can have a road trip out of it. I love driving. Especially
I think it was
at night.
because you were trying to convince me to go.
That too. I'm pretty sure that was in the cards for sure. We were able
was
to like,
goofy.
we definitely stayed up a little later than we should have. I remember that for sure. And we got to explore. We just explored like the surrounding areas.
We did. We got to do all the activities too. Like we went on the Mr. Beast golf carts and like around and we got all the snacks. I remember that. That was so fun.
I completely forgot about this moment.
It was good. Cool.
Oh
my
After
gosh.
party at Disney.
That was crazy too. We really finessed our way into the Spotify party because I had been getting into like the events, which is why I was going to go in the first place. I didn't have an actual ticket, which is why I wasn't going to go because I only had tickets to like the Amazon lounge and that stuff. But VidCon's where the real fun is. From other people, we hear about this Spotify party and we're like, oh, how do we get there? Because it was Disneyland after hours, no lines in the rides. So we finessed and Carter's lovely team actually finessed for us, and then we went.
I mean, it was literally just a bunch of creators in the Pixar Pier area with no wait for any of the rides. Like, oh my gosh, it was just so amazing. And we got to do the same thing at Universal with Playlist Live. Being able to go into a theme park and just go crazy. Oh my gosh. I wish I could do it every day.
It's the best feeling.
Universal Horror Nights.
Oh.
And Not Scary Farms. Oh
We
my
did.
gosh.
Oh my gosh, I brought you to everything I could.
You were mommy. You were mommy material
Mommy
these nights.
brought Carter to every single horror event that I could.
So we are very much horror heads. We love haunted
Horror
houses.
heads.
Getting scared. Is horror heads even a word? I feel like it should be. So we got to go to Universal Horror Nights, and then not even 3 days later, we went to Not Scary Farms, which are two of the biggest haunted events in October throughout any theme park on the U.S. I would like to clarify.
He got scared like a little girl.
I don't have
which
any
is
recollection
hilarious.
of this, so I'm not sure if that's actually facts.
They really went after him though, because he's taller than me. So I'm sneaky and I'll just like kind of like scoop behind him.
Well, it was-
and I'm not there.
It was also just like the way that we go through haunted houses. I feel like most people do this. It's kind of like a chain link. So we're sitting there and like sometimes it got too narrow. So it was just like me and then Bailey holding my hand like directly behind me. And I'm 6'2". And how tall are you?
5'2".
Yeah, there's a foot difference here. So when people see two people, I feel like they just, when they go to scare, they see me first.
Yeah.
Like,
I use it to my advantage though, because I'm fine in haunted houses, but if I can hide behind the person in front of me who is much taller than me, I will do that. Because then I can watch him get scared, laugh, and mind my business, because they don't go after two people in a row. Sometimes they would though. Like I had one guy when we were in one of the houses like whisper in my ear, and I remember that freaked me out. I like ran forward to him and I was like, please.
wait,
Like,
what did he say?
he went like something gross.
No, that would make me.
ran.
Ooh, that would make me quiver.
It made me itch.
I don't like that.
Quiver.
But no, in these situations, I definitely felt like Maui from Moana. Yeah, because every time I got the scare, I was
Getting
just like, you're
protected.
welcome. But we definitely have a good time together at theme parks. I think you're a good person to come with, and I feel like I also am a good person to go with
Yes.
because we enjoy them. Today's game is very special because me and Bailey deserve to only play a friendship game, and today it is We're Not Really Strangers Friendship Edition. My team will be reading the questions, so without further ado, Yasmin, take it away.
What's one small detail you remember about the first time you met?
I'll go first. The whole wall of his apartment was covered, I kid you not, 200 boxes of candy, like packing peanuts.
There's a thing called a midlife crisis. I think I was going through one of those. Regardless, that's actually really funny. I remember you were wearing leather.
Was I?
Oh my gosh, and angel ears.
I don't know what I was wearing.
That's really funny you mentioned that, though. One of my friends got an extremely big brand deal with this grocery store. And I think it was like an entire pallet of candy. When I went over to his house, he told me how he was going to throw it all away. I said, oh, I'll take some of that. I'll donate it. I'll be a good person.
You took a lot.
I did. I took half of the pallet.
Your apartment is so different from the first time I went in there versus now.
So different. It's because I have taste.
Yeah.
You heard it here.
Besides each other, who do you think the other person is closest to?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like mine's pretty easy. Can I guess your vocal teacher?
You think the closest person to me is my vocal teacher? That's so sad.
But you need to be super vulnerable to like be able to sing with her. So
I
maybe
haven't
that.
seen that woman in a month.
Your
I'm
dad.
offended.
Actually, no. Your hometown friend,
That is true. I love her.
Maggie.
I love Maggie. Maggie loves you too.
Aw. Who do you think mine is?
Maddie.
No, you're wrong. I'm kidding.
Really?
No, you're so
I was like,
right.
really? You
It's so
two
easy.
never
I feel like
leave.
everybody could have guessed that. We're like thing one and thing two, but the human forms.
Which of your Instagram posts best describes who you really are?
I think I know yours. There's a photo that I like vaguely remember.
I want to say this.
Oh my gosh,
I
the one with my
won't.
big
I
nose.
won't. There's definitely a better option. I'm trying to think. Please don't insult me.
It's not insulty. It was the one of you with an RBF. I want to say it was like highly edited with like butterflies and purple aesthetic. And you were wearing leather pants and it was like a pose where you were like, you know?
Do you mean the purple hair one?
Maybe. I don't know.
Do you mean the one where I was like this?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. First of all, I was wearing I was not wearing leather in that. I know what you're talking about now.
Name each other's go-to drink order.
I just ordered your drink an hour ago. If I get this wrong, I'm going to be so embarrassed.
Yours is a venti iced caramel macchiato with oat milk, and then it's made upside down.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what I ordered.
I've done it before.
Oh my gosh. Yours is a grande. Golden iced coffee.
No, it's seasonal.
Oh my gosh. A grande pumpkin latte with love.
Okay, no.
What?
You just did it. It's a grande hot pumpkin spice latte with oat milk
Oh.
and no whip.
What do you think the other person is sensitive to?
Hate comments.
That's true. Only on things that I'm very proud of. I mean, if random strangers are telling you that you suck on something that you love to do, you'd be upset too. Oh, I feel like you're a little sensitive when people correct you.
Only when I really don't see how I need to be corrected. I'm not even going to, yeah. I think if I were to respond to this, it would just prove your point. So.
I think it would. That's why I was like,
Maybe you do.
Because
have
you
a
were like,
point.
I don't like to be corrected, actually.
Between the two of you, who is most likely to cancel plans?
You.
Well, that was fast.
Literally earlier today, he was supposed to help me get a TV. And he texted me like 45 minutes after I texted him. And he said, oh, I forgot. You forgot?
I did forget. I have ADHD.
I know, but you're the one who called me in the morning to double check what time you were coming to get the TV and then proceeded to forget like 2 hours later.
Yeah, you have a point.
Love you.
I love you too.
But
What's the hardest part about making new friends for you?
Ooh, I don't know.
I know you said, ooh. I don't know.
It was a juicy question, but like, is making that first step to going outside of my comfort zone to introduce myself. I think once you're past that barrier, it's kind of easy to bond and kind of find things that you share.
I'm just very independent. I like don't let people in very easily.
Yeah.
Like Carter knows, I have like probably 3 people actually close to me, and then everyone else it's like inner circle and then a few circles out.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You actually, there's a sound that went viral a long time ago that you remind me of. I don't need friends. They disappoint me. And then it's like a girl that walks off in a little sassy walk. And every time I hear that, I just envision you. And you are very much like an independent boss queen.
She is. She does a lot every day.
She does do a lot. Every time I FaceTime you, you're always doing something.
Yeah.
Unless you're in bed at 2 p.m.
What part of your job doesn't feel like work?
Filming,
When we like went to Disneyland.
that-
Hello.
filming videos for me most of the time because it's genuinely like adventurous topics and stuff that I enjoy doing.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Like I get to do something that I actually like. I mean, to be honest, the POVs are not my favorite thing to do.
Well,
But when I get like fashion and like costumes, I love that kind of stuff and makeup.
yeah, but also I would say POVs, you spend hours editing, whereas I do my videos and I just trim the video together and post it. I don't do captions on every single word I say.
Yeah.
That's like a lot, girl.
If you could relive an iconic day in your friendship, what would it be?
Okay, I'll bring this up now. I'm going to say when we went to the Billboard Music Awards. I wish we could have a little redo on that day.
Aw, really?
Yeah, just to do that again. Shawty was not having her best day ever that day.
You have valid reasoning for the way that trip ended up playing out. It was very much like things happened that weren't supposed to happen, and due to that, other things happened.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's kind of like dominoes, and if you take one out of place, the good dominoes stop falling, and then the rest of them are just faulty.
Yeah.
That's how I would explain that trip. But we ended up going and having a blast at the Hershey World. I remember that was like my favorite part because they had like little Hershey Squishmallows, and I wanted to buy them, but I didn't because they were extremely overpriced.
Yeah, they were.
Have you ever had a friendship breakup before? What did it teach you?
Yes, and it taught me to be fully open with her.
We really didn't even, we only stopped hanging out for like 2 weeks, like to be quite honest. And then we just like continued like nothing happened. It was after that Mexican night. I was like not that happy with him because he did not communicate the way that I like to be communicated to.
Well, what happened is I went home for Christmas, and instead of continuing to talk to Bailey, I kind of just stopped talking to her altogether.
God, you did.
And I kind of chose that, which led to the taco night, because I'm pretty sure as soon as I got back from that, I was like, let's hang out, let's go get food. And that's when that whole queso ordeal went down. We're like those American Girl dolls that are just like put together in every situation.
You always relate it to like the weirdest, most obscure thing.
Well, like, did you not grow up playing with American Girl dolls?
No,
you
I
never,
did.
Like, put
I just-
like the best friends together and then like the enemy?
I just had 7.
What's the most recent thing you've been influenced to buy?
I would have to go with the Target kids section.
Okay.
I mean, every time I step foot in there, I see something that sparks some type of creativity.
I am inspired by the Black Bear album in loving memory.
There's a lot of perks of living in LA, but I would say the area that you don't even live there anymore, but the area that I currently live in can be a little sketchy at certain points. And, last night I was actually able to sleep with my window open because it rained. And I love rain. I'm from Georgia. I mean, who doesn't love going to bed with their windows open and listening to that beautiful raindrop sound?
Ooh. But then it gets all gross inside.
What are you talking
Like the
about? I'm kind of offended right now. I'm not going to lie.
Girl, I'm trying to pull some out of my eye. Hang on.
Good. That's karma. I
No,
hope there's something in
I'm
your
like,
eye.
no, girl.
Wait, that came off really harsh.
No, girl, I know. I was like, hang on 1 second because I literally cannot open my eye.
Is it itchy and burning? What is in my eye? Am I paralyzed? Am I gonna die? No.
You act like I'm a villain. Like,
not
you let
a-
things bother you. I'm trying to dig gunk out of my eye, and you're like, I'm like, pause for 1 second. You're like, how do I'm like, you just keep going and going. I was like, please, one moment.
My
One
coping
moment, baby.
okay. My coping mechanism
Blah, blah, blah.
my coping mechanism is to genuinely distract everybody from everything at all
Oh my
times.
gosh.
In 5 descriptionary words, how would you describe the apartment complex in which we reside?
Chaotic.
That's 1.
Okay.
Hamster cage.
That's 2 words.
But it's descriptionary. Fine.
Descriptionary is not even a
I
word.
can make it
don't
one
think.
word. Ham's rage.
What?
It's just combining them together.
Okay.
Crowded? I mean, let's think about the mailroom for a second.
I'm just trying to think of the word. Like, maybe sketchy.
Well, yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a pretty good one.
And then last word, squeaky? Is that possible? I mean, I
No.
always hear my
No.
neighbors at all times of the day, but that's also just like apartment living.
I feel like
you
there's
know?
a better word for that.
Yeah. What about urine?
Let's go. Okay. Okay. Wow. Wow.
Okay, maybe not urine.
You say messy.
Messy, that's good.
Messy. Yeah, those are all. You were just describing something that makes something like gross.
You're right.
You could just say gross, but I feel like it's not actually gross. Like
No.
inside, just a little bit outside. It's gross.
I feel like this apartment complex very much acted as a dorm for TikTokers. I talked about this in my episode with Scott, but it genuinely is kind of like college life for us. I mean, every Tuesday night, everyone comes over to our apartment and we all just live it up, play some games, watch a movie, cook a thing or two, and just enjoy our time together. I feel like that's something college kids do as well. And instead of having frat parties on the weekends, we have social gatherings where we talk about our feelings.
Did we really? Did we talk about our feelings that frequently?
I think we really are emotional human beings.
Yeah, definitely that.
Every
Yes.
day we have problems.
The building was so poorly managed. Basically, I get PR and I order a lot of clothing because I love shopping. And the mailroom is absolutely unorganized. There's no security. There's no one handing out packages. It is the. Why are you counting
I'm
down?
doing put a finger down
Put a finger down.
for everything I agree with.
Okay. It's unregulated. You just can walk in there and take whatever package you like. I had over $1,000 of stuff stolen from me. One time, there was ants in my apartment. Another reason I didn't like the building. We don't even know how they got there. There was nothing on our floor. Me and Hope did not spill anything.
On the 3rd story?
Yeah, on the 3rd story, like literally infested with ants. There was a trail of ants coming from my window. I don't know why they were even in there. And I was like, okay, I'll just get some ant killer, like spray them, close the window. I Instacarted it and someone stole it. First of all, sir, why did you steal my ant killer? Do you really have an ant infestation that bad that you need to steal it? It's like $5 for the bottle. One time my whole apartment filled with smoke and then they told me it was my fault.
Girl.
And I was like, okay, if you insist. Because our fire alarm was in the hallway where the bedrooms are, and not anywhere near the kitchen. So when my whole apartment filled with smoke, it didn't go off. And also, they wouldn't answer. They wanted everyone to go through an online portal, like talking to a robot to get someone to come to your apartment. Like, they won't answer you. There's never anyone at the desk.
Maybe the ants were just attracted to your scent.
I don't think it
Smoke.
was, because they were like, I don't know where they came from.
Maybe the smoke was just from how beautiful you are. And maybe nobody wanted to come to your apartment because they know you're taken. And that was a lot, though. I mean, yeah, the only real conflict I've ever experienced is I broke my toilet seat.
Someone literally pointed a gun at your roommate's head. You don't remember that occurring? That's pretty bad.
Okay.
That's not to you, but like that's still something that we probably should not. And all the crime that happened inside the building, there was a man armed with a gun while he was at the pool. We're going to skip over that. There's people armed in the lobby. The theft.
I still enjoy living there.
The fire alarms.
Still enjoy living there.
Okay.
I love it. Like McDonald's.
Okay.
Bailey, as always, I love you. Thank you for being a presence in my life.
You're welcome.
And remember, I did buy you a gift.
You bought me a gift?
Yes.
Coffee?
No, a hand hug. No, oh my gosh. Why did you clamp my hand like that? It's supposed to be a nice, courteous little gesture.
Oh, no, I like...
Yeah, you like totally
Why,
just decided to grab my
Your
fingers.
hands are sweaty.
I'm sorry, my hands are sweaty. I'm a normal human being that goes through human bodily functions.
I've never sweat a day in my life.
You want a Girl Scout cookie?
Yes.
Too bad. It's not Girl
Absolutely.
Scout season. Uh-huh.
That's upsetting.
I know. I love you, though, and we're probably going to hang out tonight, yeah?
Yes. No hands.
I have a jingle for this podcast.
Okay.
Go Carter. Go Carter. Go Carter.
Beep, beep.
Go.
Go Carter, go Carter, yeah. Go Carter, go Carter, boom boom.